from One Hub Stadium in Brisbane. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Australian Baseball League on Bandits.tv. Tonight, the opener of Round 9 between the Brisbane Bandits and the Sydney Blue Sox. Two teams vying for what is likely going to be just one spot coming out of the bottom half of the Northeast Division of the ABL. With Australian silver medalist Paul Gonzalez, I'm Eric Bramer. Ryan Bollinger is on the mound for the Bandits tonight, and the Bandits are coming off of a series win over the Canberra Cavalry, taking 2 out of 3 last weekend. The final game was rained out, and as a result, they do not have the tiebreaker over the Cavalry. The mission here is clear with 8 games left. They need to finish with a better record than Canberra, and that'll get them into the wild card round.
Well, and that's it. I mean, right now it is the business end. They've got to treat this as playoff baseball. They're in the playoffs right now, and every game's a must-win.
The Bandits have their final home series this weekend, and then they head out on the road to face the Auckland Tuatara next weekend to end the regular season. The Blue Sox are a game and a half behind the Bandits. They are even more badly in need of a series win this weekend as they try and keep their playoff hopes alive. Jacob Eunice will lead things off, followed by Alex Howe and Andy Burns. Boss Moen Aroa, Michael Krause, and Randy Sante Esteban will follow, and then Trent D'Antonio, Jack Murphy, and Michael Campbell round out the order. Ryan Bollinger picked up his first win of the season. Last start out, first pitch is hit high and deep into left center field. Going back is Taylor at the wall. It's off the wall. In play, picked up by Taylor. He gets it back into the cut. One pitch, and Jacob Eunice has hit a ringing double off the wall to start this ball game.
Well, and that's the way the Blue Sox want to start. They want to be aggressive. They're not going to let Bollinger set the tempo. And obviously, with the first pitch, first swing, double off the center field wall, they come out here, and it's all business right now.
Up next, Alex Howe. Now his batting average is at .316. Sydney as a club does not have a great offensive output. They're batting just .231 collectively, but part of that is their home ballpark, Blacktown International Sports Park, which is very pitcher-friendly. Bollinger turns off the rubber and looks back towards Eunice. Bollinger last weekend against Canberra allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 5 innings. First pitch is a strike to Howe.
We're pretty lucky. We saw there was a bit of cloud along the coastline. We were very fortunate the crew got the tarps down early, and the field's in magnificent condition right now.
Swing and a miss, and the count is quickly 0-2. It's 26 degrees right now at first pitch. Wind blowing out at 13 kilometers per hour to the northeast. And we think that wind, at least for the time being, has pushed some of the weather away from this area. Swing and a miss. A 3-pitch strikeout of Howe, and that's out number 1.
And that's a big out, okay? We talked about, when you're in the pointy end of the season, it's about execution. Right there, leadoff double. It's almost imperative to try to at least put the ball the right side, because all of a sudden you've got 1 out and a man on third base. So it changes the complexity of the inning. Now Bollinger's got to continue to battle against 2 tough hitters.
Andy Burns is the best hitter remaining in this lineup after the injury to Gift and Gope. Burns takes inside. Home plate umpire tonight is Tom West. Mal Mackay is at first, and James Shields is at third.
In this situation, Bolly will pitch tough. He's not going to give in to Burns in this at-bat. He's got a lefty in Monroe on deck who is a very dangerous hitter, but it puts a double play into play in that situation. But it seems like he's going at everybody early.
Burns leads the team with 7 doubles. He's tied for the team lead with 4 homers, and he also leads with 22 runs batted in. Cracked a Major League Baseball roster a couple years ago with the Toronto Blue Jays. Bounced in the dirt 2-1. Popped up shallow right. Caldwell charging in. Hat falls off, but he makes the catch. Eunice will have to retreat to second base. Caldwell rounded that ball, but you'd rather get burned in than out there, and with these weather conditions, you never know. He had just enough time to get underneath it.
Yeah, one thing he does well is speed, so it compensates for a bad read, and he's able just to outrun the baseball. So that's a big out for Bolly in that situation, particularly with the leadoff double.
Now Boss Moanaroa. Boss played for the Canberra Cavalry last year. Eunice hit the first pitch of the game off the center field wall. 2 batters later, he's still at second. First pitch is a strike.
He's a guy you have to be careful with. He's got power at all fields, primarily kind of like Lutz. He'll when he hits the ball in the air, he normally pulls it, and he gets a lot of power through huge leverage. But I said we see the big shift. You got shortstop playing on the other side of second base. Third baseman's kind of keeping close to the bag to prevent the runner from stealing on him, but they are playing a big power shift on him.
36 career ABL home runs for Moanaroa. 4 of them this year. And the count is 2-1. Moanaroa began his ABL career with the Blue Sox, playing for them from 2010 to 2013. From 2015 to 2018, he was with the Cavalry, put together some of his best seasons. And now he's back with his original team. Count is 3-1 with first base open and Michael Krause waiting on deck. There's a strike and the count runs full.
That's a good pitch right there. He didn't have to give in. He ended up getting him a tough slider on the outer half, and that's what you've got to do, particularly against a dangerous Moanaroa.
Payoff pitch coming from Bollinger to Moanaroa, and it's ball 4. That might have been the pitch and the location that Bollinger was looking for, but Moanaroa didn't chase.
No, good at-bat by Moanaroa right there, and then that puts a little bit more pressure. So first and second, 2 outs, and once again another veteran guy in the lineup who's got a lot of experience in ABL and a very dangerous hitter in Krause.
Here's the 13th walk that Bollinger has allowed, now in his 33rd inning of the season. First pitch is a strike to the right-handed hitting right fielder. Krause is batting just .196 this year. Leads the team in strikeouts with 41. But he does have 9 extra base hits. Missing in and the count evens.
Good pitch, good location right there. Just missed in, but that looks like that little cutter, that little slider he throws, and that just keeps you honest on the inner half, and that's what Bolly will need to do, is continue to keep him honest in the inner half, and then he can expand the zone from there.
Around the ankles, 2-1. Bandits going with a bit of a different look tonight. Home white uniforms, but they're wearing their batting practice caps, the tricolor caps that are new this year. Usually that's the starting pitcher's choice. Krause rolls it over, left side, fielding Darville, and the throw across is in time. The Blue Sox threaten but do not score, and the Bandits are coming to bat after this.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
On to the bottom of the first inning, scoreless between the Bandits and the Blue Sox. Outlaws having some fun with the Blue Sox color scheme there. Looks like a Smurf that has seen better days.
Well, they are creative to say the least, and I just saw they've actually produced their own flag, so they're asking if they can put that on the flagpole. Hopefully they'll get on over the weekend.
There's Thomas Dormany getting the start tonight for the Blue Sox. He was not originally scheduled to start tonight. It was supposed to be Matt Marksbury, but with the rain in the forecast this weekend, Gons, the Blue Sox and their manager Shane Barclay made a perfectly rational decision. They want to make sure that Dormany sees the mound tonight because he's been one of their better guys.
Yeah, look, and it's a good move, and we talked about both teams. They're both must-win games this whole series, so it's set up your opportunities for the best outcome, and they put their big gun on the mound.
Bandits lineup begins with Tim Caldwell, followed by Logan Wade and Jeremy Martinez. Wes Darville hits cleanup. Mitch Nielsen bats 5th. Wade Dutton is 6th. Grant Kay is 7th. Ryan Battaglia and Liam Taylor round out the bottom 2. Bit of a different roster for the Bandits this round. Mainstay Donald Lutz is off. Ken Frosch, the lefty reliever, is off. Both of them Americans, and I'm sure that's no coincidence. When you get to the end of the season here in the ABL, you have to be very conscious of the points that you're using on your roster construction. Caldwell, just like Jacob Eunice in the top of the first inning, offers at the first pitch and fouls it back. Caldwell batting just under the 300 mark, 293. In the air to left and shallow. Howe misread that, and he'll have to play it on a hop. Now, Caldwell, in right field in the top of the first inning, took a similar route to a shallow fly ball. He was able to get to it, but Howe wasn't. Let's take a look at the Blue Sox in the field with Howe in left, Campbell in center, and Krause in right. Jack Murphy catches. ABL veteran behind the plate. Monero at first, Burns at second, Santi Esteban at short, and Eunice at third. Around Thomas Dormany.
When we talk about opportunities and right there, it's a bad read. One step back allows that ball to fall in front of him, and that's probably puts one of the biggest threats on the base pass for the Bandits. So can they capitalize on the opportunity?
Switch hitting Logan Wade bats righty, sends the first pitch on the ground to Burns. And it's a double play, 4-6-3. The throw from Santi Esteban just beating Wade to the bag. Just like that, the Caldwell single is erased. Let's take another look.
Yeah, good pitch right here, good location. Gets it on his hands. A good little 3-hopper to second base. Good feed to second, to shortstop. An easy conversion for 2, so that takes the threat out of play.
Now Jeremy Martinez. Martinez has been statistically the best hitter in this Bandits lineup all year. And notable for a catcher, he's been able to keep himself in the lineup on a daily basis.
No, and it's good. I mean, and that's what you need. He's been extremely productive with the bat, but when you're behind the dish and how these guys get beat up, he's been very, very durable all year.
Driven in the air, high and deep to right. Krause going back, running out of room, and it's gone! Jeremy Martinez puts the Bandits on the board. Opposite field, solo shot, and it's 1-0 Brisbane in the first. His team leading 5th of the year. Another Empire Jerky home run. He's greeted by his teammates in the dugout.
Yeah, he got a pitch up in the zone and just looked at the pitcher after the pitch and he said got it up. So see location, that ball's up. He finds that little jet stream in that little power alley and gets it out, and now it's 1-0 in favor of the Bandits.
West Darville takes a strike. Well, I saw Martinez on his Instagram page earlier today, just got a fresh haircut. There's someone who spends all of his time on the field, and Darville lines it into right, and that'll drop for a base hit. Third hit of the inning. Mitch Nielsen will have a chance. He's a catcher, so when he's playing in the field, he's got his helmet on. When he's at the plate, he's got his helmet on. I suppose the only opportunity he will have to show off his haircut is hitting a home run and doffing his helmet to high-five his teammates. So he found an excuse to show it off here already.
And he did. I think I even heard on the field mic someone says showing off the hair. But look, whatever it takes, if it takes a fresh cut to get the offense going, then you get the fresh cut.
Mitch Nielsen, another switch hitter, takes down and in ball one. The Bandits' lineup is as right-handed as it can get. David Sutherland and Dan Nielsen on the bench. Three youngest players on the roster are all right-handed bench bats. 1-1 the count to Nielsen. Jay Myers, Jacob Nielsen, and Rory Spletter are options this weekend, and with the rain in the forecast, you never know what substitutions you might have to make. Runner goes, and they've got him picked off. Darville had a good jump, but he's thrown out at second. Pickoff caught stealing ends the first, but Jeremy Martinez goes deep, and the Bandits have a 1-0 lead as we head to the second on Bandits.tv.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
The Bandits have a 1-0 lead thanks to a solo homer from Jeremy Martinez. And we head to the second with Ryan Bollinger facing Randy Santi Esteban, Trent D'Antonio, and Jack Murphy, 6, 7, and 8 in the Blue Sox lineup.
I'll tell you what, Bandits did exactly what they want to do. They want to apply pressure. It's a good head-to-head match. Both teams, when you look at batting averages and staffs, they're pretty evenly matched. So it's going to come down to who capitalizes on opportunities and takes advantage of the situation.
18 pitches thrown by Bollinger in the first inning. And pitch number 19 is a strike to Randy Santi Esteban, the shortstop. And it's quickly 0-2. Santi Esteban is a native of Cuba. He was drafted by the Braves in the 40th and final round of the 2014 draft. Fouled off, he stays alive.
Tell you what, the talent coming out of Cuba over the last, let's say, 5 years is probably even more than that. It's been outstanding. If they could put a WBC team together with their big league players, probably one of the best in the world.
Playing in his 5th game with the Blue Sox. He was a replacement for Gifton Gope, who was injured a couple weeks ago. So far at the plate, he's 3 for 15 with a double and 2 runs batted in. Bounced well in front of the plate, and Santi Esteban lays off. can hear the kookaburras. Something with the moisture in the air has probably driven worms and moths and any number of potential dinners out of their natural habitat. There's a swing and a miss. Santi Esteban has gone on strikes for the first out of the second inning.
Yeah, good pitch right there, and just gave him that, looked like that split finger fastball. We'll get a chance if we see the replay. Just a good off-speed pitch and got him out in front. That's a big out for the Bandits.
Now Trent D'Antonio getting the start at DH tonight. D'Antonio takes a strike. He's batting just 142 in 31 games. Only 2 of his 15 hits have gone for extra bases. They were both doubles. Lefty-lefty matchup. It doesn't get any easier for him tonight. 1-1. Nasty slider down and away.
Yeah, Bolly's stuff looks pretty good tonight. He's good command of his off speed. He's showing a lot of variations in his velocity, and fastball looks live. I think we might be getting the Crows.
I trust you more than myself when it comes to the ornithology of the region. That's not a kookaburra cackle, is it?
No, it's a bit of crow action. So,
just off the corner, Martinez popped up out of the crouch, ready to throw it around the horn, but the count runs full. Swing and a miss. D'Antonio guessed wrong on the 3-2 pitch. Back-to-back strikeouts to begin the second inning.
I'll tell you what, that's a tough pitch. He just went outer half fastball, and then he comes in with that. So you're sitting on one pitch and you get in between, especially 3-2. You don't expect that. So that's a good pitch and shows he's got good command of that off-speed pitch.
Now the big catcher, Jack Murphy. Switch hitter bats from the right side. He's struggling at the plate this year, batting 149 in 32 games. One and one.
Jack originally came up through the Canberra Cavalry programs early on. Farmhand with the Dodgers. I think played all the way up to AAA. But he was instrumental in the helping Canberra win the Asia Cup a few years back and hitting a big home run in the decider.
First 4 years with the Cavalry, 2012 to 2015.
So this must be the case.
All right. Wow. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Well, we'll know if there's another punch out and a Smurf goes up, then it's the Smurf out.
Second year with the Blue Sox. Driven in the air, high and deep left center. Going back is Taylor, and that ball is gone. We've got ourselves a tie ball game as Jack Murphy goes deep. Just his second of the year, it's one apiece.
And we talk about danger, and when he first came up through the league, particularly in Canberra, he was the most dangerous hitter in the ABL. So right there showed to his form and drives the ball deep into center field, ties this ball game up.
Now Michael Campbell batting at the bottom of the order. See where this pitch was.
If you actually look at the location, it was down, just stayed through the baseball, utilized the good part of the field and able to drive it out of the ballpark. And he said with two swings of the bat from two catchers, now it's 1-1.
Bollinger has been bitten by the home run bug a bit. It's now the 8th that he's allowed, tied for the most on the team in 33 2/3 innings. One and one. 1-2.
Good location right there. Even the pitch to Murphy was down in the zone. So just a good job of hitting, staying through the baseball.
He got him. Bollinger strikes out 3 in the second inning. Murphy's homer ties it. We go to the bottom half. It's 1 apiece on Bandits.tv.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. Get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Thank you, Queensland! You're amazing!
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
The Outlaws are keeping track of Ryan Bollinger's strikeouts against the Blue Sox by counting the unconscious, unhappy,
Smurf.
Incapacitated Smurfs. That's 4 through 2 innings for the Bandits lefty. We'll see if Brisbane can retake the lead here in the second with Nielsen, Dutton, and Kay to face Thomas Dormany. Nielsen was at the plate when Wes Darville was picked off and caught stealing to end the first. First pitch, lifted in the air to right. Krause can't find it. Now he does, and he makes the catch. Lights are on, but with this cloud cover, it can be sometimes a bit difficult to see the baseball this time of night.
Yeah, this is a twilight time, so the ball can get lost up in the sky. We saw a couple of those plays last series and didn't come into play here. Krause did a good job of staying with it.
As you can see, modest crowd here on a Thursday night, expecting more people to show up as the night progresses and people realize that the worst of the rain is gone. Wade Dutton takes a strike. The rain was pretty significant this afternoon, and thanks to our grounds crew and the other people who pitched in working on this field, we are able to play baseball, and we got started just a minute late at 6:01. Dutton takes a ball 1-1.
Yeah, they were fortunate enough. They got the tarps out early before the heavy stuff hit, so when they pulled the tarps, there was a few spots here and there, and the team collectively decided where they're going to hit the diamond dry and got it down, and field looks in good nick.
The rain is welcome in this region. Dutton with a drive in a left center field. That's off the barrel a bit, and Howe makes the catch for out number 2. We hope for their sake that the Blue Sox can take this rain back with them to Sydney when this series wraps up. Fires continue to rage throughout this nation, and both in Victoria and New South Wales. We did see some rain coming through today, but of course that brings with it its own set of problems as you worry about water contamination and mudslides, stuff like that. Grant Kay at the plate. Kay is hit by a pitch. We could hear it from the crowd mic. It just nicked him, I think, on the thigh on its way back to the backstop.
Yeah, get a chance to look at the replay. I don't know if it caught the jersey, half fastball. Yeah, just
right around the belt line.
Yeah, around the belt line. So he seems to be okay. He was checked with the catcher, so potentially just grazed him, but Tom West was all over that, and he's awarded first base with a hitch by pitch.
Here's Ryan Battaglia. First pitch misses high. As we see Kay on base more, we should see him run more. He does have great foot speed. Battaglia takes low and away. Murphy can't corral it, but he keeps it close enough, 2-0. Fouled straight back, 2-1. Dormany threw only 9 pitches in the first inning. He's now doubled that. But he's on pace to go deep into this ballgame, something that he's been able to do on a pretty regular basis. His first time out against the Bandits came in round 3, game 2 of a doubleheader. He allowed 3 runs in 6 innings, taking a no decision. Blue Sox eventually won that game. Last time out against the Auckland Tuatara, he earned the win. He did allow 3 earned runs in 5 innings, but his offense was able to back him up. Upstairs 3-1, Liam Taylor on deck. Battaglia trying to heat up. He hit his second homer of the year last weekend. Swings 3-1 and chops it foul. 3-2 means that Kay will leave early.
Yeah, good opportunity right here. If Battaglia can find something and square up and find a gap, it puts a lot of pressure and will potentially score a run, particularly with the runner moving. Kay will have to make sure he commits home before he does break, though.
Called strike 3, and that ends the inning. Kay did not go. Battaglia was ready to take it and take first base. Instead, he's rung up, and we go to the third. Still tied at 1 on Bandits.tv.
The Brett Sports seated ball organizer fits 5 dozen baseballs. Polyester construction means it is durable and its functional pockets allow for flexibility in storage. An adjustable strap and soft cushioned seat means that this organizer is essential for use at training.
Tied at 1 as we head to the top of the third between the Bandits and the Blue Sox here in the Round 9 opener at One Hub Stadium. Top of the order due up for Sydney, Eunice, Howe, and Burns against Ryan Bollinger. Bollinger has thrown 39 pitches, 24 for strikes. Blue Sox tied it in the second on a solo homer from Jack Murphy. Jacob Eunice began the game on a double off the center field wall on the game's first pitch. This time he takes the first pitch for a strike. Next from the lefty. Taken down and in. Chop to first. Played by Battaglia in perfect position. And he takes care of it himself, 1 down. What was your son spinning on the tracks there?
I thought it was a Smurf soundtrack.
Sounds about right. Alex Howe will bat next.
That was probably for the initiative of the Outlaws. So working He must have wired straight into the sound box.
All in good fun. First pitch was a strike. Bandits took some abuse from the Blue Sox fans last year, and it goes back and forth like that.
I saw Cam Bale from Baseball Australia is attending the game tonight. He came in, he was just flew in from Victoria.
And boy, are his arms tired. Ooh, check swing, but he didn't go. On appeal, 2-1. Yeah, good to see Cam here. He stays busy, making sure he's a presence at all the different ABL teams.
He was in Perth last week, or the week before.
2-2. And Howe doesn't like it.
That's the time of year. They're at the back end. Everybody knows how important each at-bat, each game is. Everybody wants to finish strong statistically, but they also want to put their ball club in the playoffs. So there's a lot at stake for both teams.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 5 for Ryan Bollinger, and out number 2 in the 3rd inning.
Get a chance to see pitch location again. This is just a good pitch right here. Starts it just at his right hip and just breaks out down and away. That's always tough on a lefty.
Here's Andy Burns. He flied out to right his first time up. Now 5 Smurfs, marking 5 strikeouts. First pitch, a strike. Well, speaking of coming to the end of the season, we do not know if Bollinger will be able to play for the Bandits come playoff time. One and one. And regardless of when his Bandit season ends, he wants to go out on top and make sure that he pitches his best baseball at the end of the season, even if that end of the season isn't necessarily his team's end of the season. Hit hard but foul.
And I think that's the opportunities for all athletes. We look at the Japanese players from the Melbourne Aces. The Aces love to retain their services, but their organizations call for them to take a small break before they get into spring training. And Bolly's got an opportunity, and you just never want to take opportunities away from these athletes.
Another strikeout for Ryan Bollinger, his 6th, and it's a 1-2-3 3rd inning. We'll be back after this on Bandits.tv.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer.
Beers to the beach.
Yeah, thank you, Archer.
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer.
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Six strikeouts through 3 good innings for Ryan Bollinger, and it's 1-1 between the Bandits and the Blue Sox as we head to the home half of the 3rd inning.
I want to know where they're hiding those Smurfs, because I can't see where they're pulling those Smurfs out from.
I want to know how many they manufactured in advance of this series. Is 12 enough? Bollinger's already halfway there.
You still got Atho as well, and he racks him up.
Liam Taylor swings at the first pitch and chops it to short. Sante Esteban fields. The throw is high, but Mona Roa comes back down on the base. Nice play by the agile first baseman. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Well, they've tested his arm, and we've seen Gift over there at short, and he's a dynamic shortstop. So the young man's tested early and comes up positive with a plus arm.
Big shoes to fill with the injury to Gift and Gope a couple weeks ago. That concludes the first trip through the order for Thomas Dormany. He allowed 3 hits and 1 run. But the only real damage was the Jeremy Martinez home run. Tim Colwell doinked a pop fly single down the left field line his first time up, and he takes outside ball 1.
Everybody clap your hands.
Dormany needed only 21 pitches to get through the first 2 innings. Colwell off the end of the bat, spins it foul, 1-1. There's the tarp that was on the field for most of the afternoon. We hope that we've seen the last of it tonight.
Or the weekend.
Bandits lost one of their games to a rainout last weekend. It will not be made up, and it cost the Bandits a chance to potentially win the season series tiebreaker against Canberra. Foul tip into the mid of the catcher, Murphy, 1-2.
I tell you what, really good pitch right there, and just really ran the ball in on his hands. He shot a couple the other way and just testing him on the inner half, and good fastball, good location.
Low and away, Colwell takes. The Bandits and Blue Sox will play 1 game tomorrow night and then a doubleheader on Saturday. So not a whole lot of chance for rescheduling or any wiggle room in that schedule. Just got to hope for the best when it comes to the weather. Colwell checks and again lays off. Count runs full with Logan Wade on deck.
That's a good job of laying off. He went hard in and then he went spinner, 2 sliders away. And this is where Murphy, his veteran presence behind the plate, really tests. It looks like going back to just trying to pick signs.
Dormany hasn't walked a batter. He did hit K back in the second. Time called for the second time.
He's gone through the menu a few times, so he went fastball like a 2-seamer, and then he went slider, so he's going back in.
Payoff pitch. Colwell lifts it in the air to left field. Routine and playable for Howe, who makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. That'll leave it to Logan Wade, who wrapped into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. You can see the Outlaws representing again, even though this is a Thursday night with some weather involved. This is your last chance to see the Bandits at home in the regular season. We, of course, hope that the Bandits will be playoff bound. First pitch, a strike. And if they are playoff bound, they will almost certainly be hosting at least 1 playoff game. Well in front of the plate, the count evens. If the Bandits finish with a better record than the Canberra Cavalry, they will at the very least be in second place in the division. And that would, in all likelihood, place them as the host team in the 1-game wildcard playoff. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Just really late action on that off-speed pitch and got Logan out in front.
Gons, you just pulled up the bomb radar on your computer, and it looks a little ominous around here.
No, it does. It's south of us at the moment.
Chop foul.
So, I mean, much needed rain across the whole country, of course, and got a splash earlier today. There's stuff out past Gatton at the moment in Toowoomba, but most of the heavy stuff.
Be happy we're not the Toowoomba Bandits.
Correct.
Dormany's 1-2. Above the letters for a ball. Swing and a miss. It'll require a throw. Murphy fires it on to first. Wade is retired, and it's a 1-2-3 third inning for Dormany, his first of the night. On to the fourth in Brisbane. Tied at 1 on Bandits.tv.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Blue Sox and Bandits tied at 1 as we head to the top of the 4th inning at One Hub Stadium. Round 9 opener of a pivotal series between these two clubs, with likely one playoff spot up for grabs between these two teams. Bandits right now have a game-and-a-half lead on the Blue Sox with 8 to play. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Sydney against Ryan Bollinger. Bollinger is coming off of his first 1-2-3 inning. He struck out 6 batters through his first 3 frames.
Here's where guys will start making adjustments second time around the batting order for both teams, and who makes adjustments. Both starters tonight have been pretty similar. Good fastballs, control of their secondary pitches and their sliders and off-speed pitches, but just good command of the zone early.
The big difference, Thomas Dormany has been much more efficient. He's needed only 34 pitches to get through 3 innings. Bollinger is already at 51 pitches. Boss Mona Rowe will start things off. He drew a walk back in the first inning. Mona Rowe always seems to have a smile on his face, one of the more affable guys in this league.
No, he is. I tell you what, he's a good clubhouse guy. Been around the league for a number of years, but dangerous with the bat, nice in the clubhouse.
Good combination. Ball 1 misses.
When he was with Boston, he was referred to as Little Poppy. So
one of probably 24 guys around baseball who've gotten that moniker in the last few years.
You wouldn't mind following his footsteps.
2-0. And now 3-0 to the leadoff man, Michael Krause on deck.
Yeah, really careful against him. You know, a lot of respect for him. He's got a lot of power, like we mentioned, and he hits well in this ballpark. So just really strong game plan against him.
Belt high strike. It's 3-1. Swing and a miss, and the count runs full.
And just kind of aggressive right there. He's in a hitting count, and he just went ahead and decided to commit and air it out, which he's still in a 3-2 count right here. So see if Bolly will challenge him in this situation.
Another strikeout. The 7th of the night for Ryan Bollinger, and out number 1 in the 4th inning.
That's a good pitch, and that just shows respect. A little 3-2 slide piece on that outer half, and that's a tough pitch in any situation. Get a chance to see the location, and Martinez sets up late, just paints him on the outer half. So maybe it was a little cutter, a little fastball away. So always tough. Those Smurfs are building up, so they knew something we didn't know about tonight.
Michael Krause grounded to third to end the first. Second turn at bat begins with a strike on the outside corner. That's a tough pitch to judge there. That's a slider that starts outside but finds the corner.
Yeah, it is. And as a hitter, when guys showing good velo and good command, all of a sudden he starts that. It's tough to.
Popped foul out of play, and Bollinger is once again in the driver's seat, 0-2.
And that's what he needs. He needs a quick inning. You mentioned pitch count was fairly high. If he can come out of this with low economies, that he gets himself back on par where he needs to be.
Low and away, but Martinez thrusts his glove at his pitcher in affirmation. Looks like that was the pitch they wanted. You can afford to throw that pitch on 0-2. Back with the 1-2. Popped foul and out of play. Another 1-2. Taken down and in. Again, that was the pitch and the location that the catcher called for.
And that's a good spot, but a good job by Krause to lay off a tough pitch. And still in a 2-2 count, so still got a little wiggle room in this at-bat.
Taken down, and Krause has run the count to full, 3-2. Santi Esteban is on deck. The 3-2. Fouled off a foot. That's going to hurt for a while. Ouch. He doesn't wear any protective gear on his feet or shins. Let's see where it got him.
Yeah, it looked like it got him in that ankle. Ooh, just top of that ankle, top of that foot. So that'll leave a mark. So hopefully.
He waves off the...
I think he's looking for the magic cold spray.
You don't see that anymore.
No, they use it in Asia a lot. In Japan particularly, they'll bring out the magic cold spray, and it seems to fix everything.
Another 3-2 from Bollinger. Wrapped foul. Krause still trying to bounce off the effects of the foul tip. Right down Broadway, another strikeout. Bollinger has retired 4 straight batters with the strikeout and 8 so far tonight.
Get a chance to see it just right there, good location. Ball down in the strike zone. That's tough to do anything with it.
Now Randy Santi Esteban.
Once again, another Smurf.
Jeez. They thought they had a good idea, and they're going to be embarrassed if they run out of them.
Or we'll have a full house. It'll be all Smurfs.
Missing wide, ball 1 to the shortstop, who was a strikeout victim himself back in the second inning. Went after a high pitch and fouled it straight back. You don't see Bollinger intentionally throw the ball up too much, not nearly as much as a Tim Atherton or someone like that. Got away with one there. Chop towards third, skipping foul 1-2.
Yeah, good job. He just took a little speed out. Very aggressive hitter at the plate, young hitter, so they tend to, most Cuban athletes tend to be very aggressive on the fastball, and you get to test him on the off-speed pitch. First at bat, he got him on off-speed. Now he's sitting ahead in the count.
Bounced in front of the plate, 2-2.
Yeah, went back to that change piece. It's hard to see. I was trying to pick signs from Martinez, either that splitty or that change piece, and just try to turn it over.
Santi Esteban has played for the Gary South Shore Railcats in the American Association each of the last 4 American seasons. Popped up, back of first, over for a look as Battaglia, but he runs out of room.
American Association, is that AAA?
It used to be. The new American Association is independent baseball.
Okay.
Replacement for the Northern League.
All right. I thought American Association used to be one of the AAA leagues. So.
Yeah. And they consolidated from 3 AAA leagues to 2.
2. Yeah, so it would be PCL?
PCL and the International.
International,
League.
which is a tough hitter league.
2-2. Strike 3. 9 strikeouts through 4 brilliant innings for Ryan Bollinger. He walks off the mound with 5 straight to continue his night. And there's another Smurf on the board. 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th on Bandits.tv.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire? Kiss me, baby, touch me. Kiss me, baby, love me.
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium in Brisbane, where it's 1-1 Bandits and Blue Sox going to the bottom of the 4th inning. And we have it on good authority that the Outlaws fan club only made 9 Smurfs to track the strikeouts tonight. Ryan Bollinger has blown by his strikeout season high. 9 of them already through 4 innings.
Yeah,
well, let's see what they do next.
That's exactly right. Well, yeah, good scouting report. I think we checked in to see how many Smurfs they have, and they're out of Smurfs. So either Bolly has to pitch a soft contact, or they just have to find a way to duplicate.
Big swing and a miss from Jeremy Martinez, who accounted for the Bandits' lone run. That was a solo homer back in the 1st. Heart of the order due up for Brisbane against Thomas Dormany, who needed only 34 pitches to get through his first 3 innings. Martinez's home run was his team-leading 5th of the year. It went out to the opposite field, just over the wall in right center. Down and in the count evens. Martinez, Darville, and Nielsen. Darville singled back in the 1st, but that's the last time the Bandits have collected a hit against Dormany. Two-one is fouled to the backstop, 2-2. Paul, I know you were busy this past week. You had a chance to go down to Geelong and see the Queensland national team playing, and they acquitted themselves quite well in the under 16 and under 18 tournaments.
They did.
Fouled at the plate again.
No, it was a good trip. We had a CO workshop on the Tuesday, and then we did half day on the Wednesday, and then we all committed to finals regardless of whose team was in it, and it turned out Queensland had 2 teams competing in the gold medal, under 18s, under 16s, and 16s came home with gold and 18s came home with silver, but outstanding efforts by all accounts in all states. Everyone played great baseball over the week.
Count runs full. Dormany hasn't walked a batter yet. Payoff pitch. Martinez again fights it off.
I guess one of the positives that I was able to see, and even discussions with, we actually met with the HP managers across all the states as well, was the level of depth of talent across the country. So a lot of talent utilized 3 different facilities in Victoria, and BA did a fantastic job hosting a great event.
Had to dance around smoke and rain throughout the tournament.
And 3 venues. They played Altona, Ballarat, and they used the Geelong facility. So when you spread out, you spread out your resources, but they did an outstanding job, and from all accounts, successful event for all parties.
Another 3-2 coming. Martinez hits a rocket up the middle and under the glove of Santi Esteban, a leadoff single for the Bandits catcher.
Yeah, that's a good at-bat right there. A big battle between those two. First at-bat, able to drive one out over right center, and battled that at-bat to shoot one up the middle for a leadoff single.
Now Wes Darville. Darville hit a line drive single to right field in the first, but then was picked off and caught stealing to end the inning. First pitch is underneath the elbows for ball 1.
I did get to experience the air quality and saw how the impact does come into play. So the air was very heavy, and without any wind, it just sits, and I understand why they have to adjust things around it.
We're talking about elite athletes trying to use their respiratory system and play at peak performance, and obviously that gets difficult. Problem isn't going away either. Darville pops it up. Frustrated with the result, it's into shallow left center. Shortstop Santi Esteban makes the catch.
No, they went ahead and declared that the gold medal game in the under-16 was automatically going to be a 5-inning ball game. They didn't have lights on that field, so it actually came into play. And then Diamond 1, they got their 7 innings, and WA ended up beating Queensland in the later innings.
Now Mitch Nielsen, who flied out to right field his first time up. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Count evens. Because of the Martinez long at bat, Dormany's pitch count is finally up a little bit. Still in good shape, about to throw his 50th pitch here. A strike, and it's 1-2. Might have cracked his bat. It's a roller up the middle. Skips off the base, and Burns can't field it. Everyone will reach. If it doesn't take a friendly Brisbane bounce, it may be a double play. Instead, it's a single. And the Bandits have something cooking here in the 4th. Wade Dutton will bat next.
Yeah, good break right there. Literally, pitch on the hands. Nielsen stayed through the baseball, broke his bat, but took a tricky hop off the baseball. Burns wasn't able to come up with it, and that allows the Bandits to put a runner in scoring position, first and second, and 1 out.
Wade Dutton flying to left his first time. Inside corner for a strike.
What it's been it's a different season this year. We talk about the hitting, friendly hitting confines of One Hub Stadium, and this year pitchers across the league have done a really good job of pitching in effectively, keeping the ball down, and working ahead in the count. Everything you teach your pitching staff to do, and they realize how important that is, particularly in this ballpark.
Strike, and it's 1-2. Well, the Bandits have still hit 26 of their 32 home runs here at home, so They're still a much better hitting club in their home confines. Dutton has hit 3 of his 4 long balls here at One Hub Stadium. He rips this to left center field. That's down for a hit. It'll give the Bandits the lead. Rounding third, coming home is Martinez. Nielsen into third. He'll be held. It's an RBI double for Wade Dutton. And the Bandits take a 2-1 edge here in the 4th.
Tell you what, really good job by the Bandits and Wade Dutton. He's been the go-to guy. When you talk about big hits this year, he's been the most consistent in that Bandits lineup. And he comes up big again with a big double and drives in the second run of the ball game.
Now Grant Kay, who was brushed by a pitch and took his base his first time up.
Well, a couple things that does now. That puts Nielsen at third base with 1 out. Kay's job with the infield back with the exception of the corners has an opportunity to drive in another run. So we talk about capitalizing and executing in situations. This is the time where Bandits need to execute.
Kay is 3 for 19 at the plate. Those 3 hits came in his previous 2 games, however. There's a little doink to right field. That'll drop. Nielsen will score. Dutton is held as a strong throw from Krause gets back to the infield. Another run comes home. It's now 3-1 Brisbane.
Yeah, real good job by Kay right there and just staying on the baseball, not trying to do too much. And it's hitting to situations. And a lot of times guys try to get big in situations. He just stayed through the baseball, drives the ball on the right. Paddy Roxburgh shuts down Wade at third, and that's a smart thing to do because now you start bringing some of your big guns to the plate.
Chris Oxspring, the pitching coach, comes out to have a chat with Dormany. He's faced 5 men here in the 4th inning and retired only 1 of them. Ryan Battaglia will bat next.
And this is a good timeout for Ox. Ox is a veteran guy. Got a chance to play with him on the national team and really good baseball mind, and he's just slowing down momentum. So not throwing a bad game, just right there, just having a discussion, just settle people down, make sure everybody knows the game plan and slow down the momentum.
Battaglia went down looking his first time up. The double play is now in order, and that's what the Blue Sox infield will be trying to coax out of Battaglia. Dormany's first misses low. A few hard steps towards second, but Kay thinks better of it.
Yeah, good read, and it took good secondary right there, but Murphy bounces well and still throws extremely well. So don't want to run into an out, particularly with 1 out and a man on third base. So good heads-up base running by Kay.
The 1-0 pitch. Missing in, 2-0. Battaglia is at first base tonight, but he's a catcher by trade. You'd like to think that he knows the strike zone and he gets the benefit of the doubt there. And now 3-0, a walk would fill the bases for Liam Taylor.
It'd be interesting to see right here if Nielsen does green light him. And when I say green light him, he's got 3-0 count. Does he take a strike and put pressure on the pitcher? Or if he gets something to drive, does he let it go?
We're about to find out. He's taken all the way, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Base is full for the young Liam Taylor. Big opportunity for the center fielder, who grounded to short his first time up.
And this is a big at-bat for this young hitter, and this is what's so good about the league. It puts these young men in situations and helps them develop as athletes. These are pressure situations where you playoff time for baseball, and right now he's got infield playing double play depth. He needs to find something up in the zone. He hadn't thrown a strike in 4 pitches, something he can drive in the gap.
Not quite the mound visit that Chris Oxspring was looking for. First pitch to Taylor isn't close. Ball 5.
Yeah, it's the first time he's looked rattled. I mean, today his composure's been outstanding. He's lost a little bit of that arm slot and trying to find the zone. So you're right, Oxspring had that discussion with him, and appears he's probably overthrowing him just a little bit. But bear down, utilize your defense in the situation.
There's a strike to even up the count.
That's good pitch, good location, and good take by Liam in that situation. He's thrown 5 balls in a row as a young hitter, put a little bit of pressure, force him to throw you a strike.
2 runs already in. Bases full of Bandits with Dutton at third, Kay at second, and Battaglia at first. Inside out swing. That'll fall into shallow right field. Dutton will score. Kay is held. It's an RBI single for Liam Taylor. And the Bandits train keeps rolling. It's 4-1.
Once again by the Bandits, the pitch location was actually good. He threw a ball in on the hands, and Taylor did a good job just staying through the baseball, and he fights it off and shoots it in the right field just in front of Krause, and that drives in another run for the Bandits, making it 4-1. But the threat's still in play with bases loaded and still 1 out.
It's the second RBI for Taylor, and the lineup turns over for Tim Caldwell, already the 8th man to bat in the inning. First pitch is driven high and deep right field. Gone! Grand slam, Tim Caldwell, and the Bandits have broken it open. 8-1 our new score. Tim Caldwell goes way out of here. His second of the year and the first Bandits Grand Slam of the season.
We get a chance to see the replay right here, and he gets the pitch right down the middle, and he does what a good hitter does. He drives into right field. That's a big 4-run shot right there, and now that breaks this game open, 8-1.
Logan Wade is the 9th man to bat in the inning. He takes a strike. Look at Dorminey's season to this point. He had not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any of his starts, and that one wasn't even close. A strike, it's 1-2.
Tell you what, that's a good inning by the Bandits. We talk about capitalizing on opportunities. So they chipped away, and then the big blow by Caldwell.
Chopped left side. Santi Esteban is going to have to hurry, and he does just get Wade. And that's out number 2.
Once again, he's shown a plus arm at shortstop on a slow ground ball, and he got through it on a speedy Logan Wade, and out number 2.
Jeremy Martinez started this inning with a single up the middle. Came around to score on the Dutton double. And we see some action in the Sydney pen. A liner that somehow just missed all the Blue Sox players beyond their dugout. Wow. They can afford to laugh, but...
I think he said hit his button of his cap.
Oh, man. Wow.
They're laughing about it, but everyone's okay. But I tell you what, that's millimeters away.
That was Max Brennan down there. And yeah, you're right. He was pointing to, I think they call it the squatchy on the top of the cap.
The squatchy.
That little hard button on top that keeps all the stitches of the wool cap together. Missing down, it's 2-1.
I have to Google that, squatchy.
I think I got that right.
I think you did too. I have to believe you.
A squatchy is a button on top of ball caps. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
We'll have to ask Akil, our digital graphics OP1 medical student. He agrees.
Well, it's not an anatomical term, unless you study headwear in medical school now. Here's a pop foul. Mona Roa has it, and that ends a very successful 4th inning for the Bandits. They score 7 runs. The big blow, a Tim Caldwell grand slam, and it's 8-1 going to the 5th on Bandits.tv.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? and your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire? Kiss me, baby, touch me. Kiss me, baby, love me.
The Bandits can breathe easy after a 7-run fourth inning. They now lead it 8-1 over the Sydney Blue Sox. Not breathing easy, Max Brennan. Let's take another look at this line shot that almost took the squatchy off of his cap. Ooh, got the score bug on top of it, but man, that was close. One more look here.
Wow.
Homina, 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 homina.
Well, the squatchy stayed on, which is good. Now I've got my new password.
Throw in an uppercase letter there.
That's
Mix
it.
up.
Or a number.
Bottom third of the order due up for the Blue Sox, D'Antonio, Murphy, and Campbell. Until that 7-run fourth, Bollinger was the story of the game, as he had struck out 9 batters through his first 4 innings. This game becomes official once the losing team comes to the plate 5 times. That would be after this top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. We've been told that it is very lightly raining right now, but nothing serious enough to impede the play. Bounced in front of the catcher, Martinez, 1-2.
So when we're watching the game, it almost looked like we were going to end up in a pitcher's duel. And like I said, we talk about opportunities. Bandits were able to capitalize really off that ball that hit the second base bag off Mitch Nielsen.
Strikeout number 10 for Ryan Bollinger. 6 straight outs have come via the strikeout for the Bandits lefty. 1 down in the 5th inning.
And we won't be able to go to the Smurfs, but get a chance to see the pitch, good location right here. And just pitch on the inner half, like just a late action slider in the inner half. And good location. That's his 10th strikeout, and the Outlaws are out of Smurfs.
Jack Murphy was the last man to leave the infield against Bollinger. He hit a solo homer back in the 2nd inning. Ball 1. Swing and a miss. Murphy tried to repeat the feat, but came up empty.
He was reaching for his rib. I tell you what, he let it all out right there. So he geared up fastball and got it. And said tonight both arms is throwing with plus velocity. Good location. Just missed on the inner half.
My oblique hurt after watching that swing. 2-1.
I think once you get over 33, it starts to hurt. So I don't know how old Murphy is. I think he'd have to be getting close.
I can tell you, if you'd give me a chance, 2-2. Murphy's 31 years old.
There he is. So he's not there yet. But he's a catcher, so you've got to do catching years, and probably feels like he's 38.
Got a spring training invite to the Indians in 2018. Lifted in the air, left field line, foul and out of play.
So he came here as a young buck. He was Canberra in the early days, and he was the poster boy for the Canberra Cavalry early on, and transitioned to the Blue Sox and done a great job for the organization.
A native of Florida. Went to college at Princeton. Yet another strikeout, and this is getting silly. Ryan Bollinger now has 11 strikeouts through 4 2/3 innings, and he has struck out 7 batters in a row.
I'll tell you what, he's throwing the ball extremely well. You talk about someone that, you know, regardless of what the situation is, if he's here the whole season or if he has to go for camp, but pitching the ball extremely well tonight.
Missing wide ball 1 to Michael Campbell.
Bolly's a unique story. We talked about it a few times from last year, you know, pitching in Germany, then the ABL, and then in pitching for the Yankees, or actually getting on the roster 2 times with the Yankees.
Bollinger was called up to the major league club in New York. Did not get in a game. But he got to at least feel a taste of the lifestyle that goes around the show.
The Moonlight Graham.
He hopes that his MLB story hasn't been written yet. 3-0 now to Campbell, the 9th place hitter. The strikeout streak is in jeopardy. And it's a 4-pitch walk. Blue Sox have a base runner for the first time since the first inning.
Back to the top of the order for the Sydney Blue Sox.
That'll turn the lineup over for Jacob Eunice. One thing to keep an eye on, Bollinger's pitch count is rapidly approaching 90. That's just a byproduct of going deep into counts and finishing them off with strikeouts. You're not going to go very deep into the ballgame as a result.
No, and that's what you know. I mean, you rack up the Ks, you rack up the pitches, but he's actually overall hasn't labored at any stage.
Inside, 5 straight have missed.
You and I've got a perfect view of the Bandits bullpen, and the guys are pretty relaxed there. So at this stage, particularly with a tough 4-game series, if David will stretch him as long as he needs to and take pressure off his bullpen.
There's a strike, 1-1. Pumped foul and out of play. Fouled back.
And just utilizing that elevated fastball right there just to get him to chase out of the zone, and Eunice able to get just enough on to keep the at-bat alive.
Pounded foul. That was a long break for Bollinger, sitting in the dugout for the bottom of the 4th inning. Of course, he didn't mind at all. His offense scored him 7 runs. But that he's been able to come back out for the 5th inning and strike out the first 2 batters he faced shows that he's locked in tonight. The pitch. Oh, inside, and it hits him. It deflected off of Eunice and then got Martinez, the catcher. Looks like he's okay. A pair of base runners with 2 down without the benefit of a base hit, and Alex Howe will have a chance.
It's amazing how much that arm guard comes into play. You get a chance to see the replay. Just came in with a fastball and just grazes that arm guard. So most players now are wearing that upper tricep arm guard to protect the elbow and the tricep.
Howe was struck out both times tonight. First pitch misses badly outside, and now a message is being relayed, as we can see, to the Bandits bullpen. It'll be a quick mound visit for Jim Bennett, the pitching coach. They just want to get Bollinger through this 5th inning, get him a chance to earn his 2nd win. And if this is the end of the night for him, the line will still look pretty good if he can get Howe here. Really doesn't need to be any more complicated than throw strikes. Bollinger got into this mess not by allowing hard contact, or any contact for that matter. It was the 4-pitch walk to the 9th place hitter Campbell, and then the hit by pitch to Eunice with a 2-strike count.
Yeah, a little bit of action. Looks like potentially Erasmus getting up to roll it up, particularly with the pitch count high. He's getting probably close to that 100 mark now. He's probably 90 and change.
I've got him at 93.
There you go, 90 and change. So I'm close going off your count. So
lifted in the air to right. Caldwell is there, and he makes the catch. 5 awesome innings for Ryan Bollinger. He strikes out 2 more in the 5th inning and has 11 punch-outs on the night. This is an official game, folks, and the Bandits are up big, 8-1.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere. And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
What do the Outlaws have to say to us? Add 2 Smurfs. They made 9 of them. Bollinger has struck out 11 through 5 innings, and I guess they'll have to keep track the old-fashioned way, minus their Smurf counting system.
we'll have to go back to the factories tomorrow and get some Smurfs. But great initiative, like I said. They come out and have fun. Looks like there is a pitching change.
Thomas Dormany did not have a good night. He had not allowed more than 3 earned runs in any outing prior to tonight. 7-run 4th means that he's done. And he gives way to Ryan Zimmerman.
A little bit better crowd. They did trickle in today. It's a tough Thursday to read, and it's a school night for most. And when I say school night, parents are back at work, and students are still on break. I keep looking at the clock when my son's going to go back to school, but when you send your children to private school, I think you spend more and they go less. That's the rule.
Wes Darville, Mitch Nielsen, and Wade Dutton for the Bandits in the 5th inning. Darville is 1 for 2 with a single. Zimmerman is a Minnesota native, so you know he's good people. He did go to Eden Prairie High School, but I won't hold that against him.
All right, we talked about the royalty out of Minnesota. Prince,
Kirby Puckett, Peter Graves, Tim Colwell, and Eric Bramer.
It's a good list.
Popped up on the infield. Third baseman Eunice is in fair territory. Loses track, but then finds it again and makes the catch. 1 down.
And here's where the Bandits, it's still early. You're talking about it's only the bottom of the 5th inning, and they put up an 8 spot. Is trying not to do too much, still staying within themselves, utilize the whole field, and they've got to finish up with 4 strong games. Their focus is to put themselves in that playoff position and solidify that spot so they can challenge for that Claxton Shield.
Mitch Nielsen is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored his last time up. Switch hitter gets turned around and bats from the left side here against the righty Zimmerman. There's a strike, and the count is quickly 0-2. Zimmerman 0-3, an ERA of 11.64. He dispatches of Nielsen very quickly.
Yeah, good pitch right there. Looks like he just a little bit of off-speed pitch, change-up or a two-seamer. Just to have a look at the little breaking ball right there. Just got him out in front. And that's out number 2.
The final line on Dormany reads 4 innings, 8 runs, all earned on 9 hits, with 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and 2 home runs. Wade Dutton hit an RBI double his last time up and then later scored. He takes a strike. Oh and 2, and Zimmerman is doing exactly what you ask of someone in this situation. He's throwing strikes and attacking these hitters. Bounced well in front of the plate, and the count is 1-2. Zimmerman played this last American season with the St. Paul Saints, which means he was teammates with Ken Frosch and Todd Van Steensel. Missing down 2-2. Up high and the count runs full. Grant Kay waits on deck. It's no longer Justin Erasmus warming for the Bandits. It's Matt Timms. Looks like he'll take over in the 6th inning. Bollinger likely done. Payoff pitch is called strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 5th inning for Ryan Zimmerman. On to the 6th we go in Brisbane. Bandits up 8-1.
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there, and you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
8-1 Bandits over the Blue Sox as we head to the top of the 6th inning, and we see a pitching change for the first time tonight. Brisbane going to the relief corps, and Matt Timms will take over for Ryan Bollinger. Bollinger had the pitch count up higher than he'd like it to, but that was a result of his domination with the strikeout column tonight. 11, by far a season high for the lefty. He threw 94 pitches, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run. The only run came in on a home run off the bat of Jack Murphy. And now a chance for Timms to lower his ERA. ERA was in fine shape before last weekend, but had a rough series against the Cavalry, and it's at 8.59. With a 7-run lead, he'll face the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5. It'll be Burns, Monaroa, and Kraus.
Bolly threw the ball extremely well for the Bandits, and David's got to be happy with his outcome, and even more so with the Bandits' explosion earlier in the ball game with the big inning, and it's currently sit 8-1, but a great outing by Bolly tonight.
Timms is making his 10th appearance on the year. He's thrown only 7 1/3 innings. His last time out, he allowed 4 runs on 4 hits in an inning and a third. And yeah, that'll raise the ERA a bit. But he's one of the more dependable arms in this Bandits bullpen, and if they can get him back on track, he'll be a big asset down the stretch.
Well, that's it. Timms, he's a primarily a 2-pitch guy. He's got a little breaking ball as well, but good fastball, good splitty, throws a lot of strikes, and his job will really get him through the next 2 innings.
Check swing on the first pitch. It's rolled fair to Battaglia, and that might be the easiest out that anyone gets all night. Comes off the bat of the dangerous Burns, so Timms will take that. Mona Roa will bat next.
And at this stage of the season, all outs, any outs, they're important, and that's what the Bandits need right now. They just need outs. Reduce the pressure if they can on the rest of that bullpen. So if Timsy can give David 2 strong innings, exactly what he will order.
Mona Roa has not put the ball in play. He's walked and struck out. First pitch is a strike. 11 strikeouts over 5 innings for Bollinger is his most in an ABL game since the 15th of December in 2017, when he pitched a complete game shutout at Adelaide against the then Bite. 12 strikeouts in that game and only 3 hits allowed. Now 1-1. Inside 2-1. This figures to be a very interesting round 9 across the ABL. And playing today in Geelong, Korea. Perth Heat are on top of GK 4-0 in the 8th inning. Just missing 3-1. In Canberra, it's knotted up 1-1 between the Cavalry and the Tuatara. Those are the other 2 teams in the Bandits Northeast Division, and so we'll be following that series more closely than the others. And finally in Melbourne, the Aces and Giants are knotted up 2-2. That game is in the 6th. The Bandits, of course, would still hope to run the table or close to it and make a run for the division title. But more realistically, there's a high fly into right field. That ball is going back, and it is gone. Deep into the night, a solo shot for Mona Roa, and it's now 8-2.
We talked about earlier in the piece the respect the Bandits and the rest of the league have with Big Boss Man, and he shows us why. He's one of the bigger threats on the left side of the plate. He drives that ball deep, and no damage. We talk about solo shots don't beat you, so it makes it 8-2, but young man's got a lot of power.
It's his team-leading 5th home run of the year. And now Michael Krause. Let's take another look at this pitch that left the yard. Timms knew it, and so did Boss. First pitch is a ball to Krause. Well, to complete the thought, a more modest goal for the Bandits to set would be to finish with a better record than the Cavalry. Because if you finish with a better record than the Cavalry, you'll almost certainly get the 2nd place in your division, and then you would host the wild card in all likelihood. The wild card seeding does not go by overall record. If the Bandits finish in 2nd place, but have a worse record than the 2nd place team out of the Southwest Division, they would be the 4th seed. They would host the wild card in a couple weeks' time.
And I think, David, if David wanted to script the rest of his season out, he'd want to obviously win this series and then go into Auckland and try to sweep or at least win that series in Auckland and finish on a high note no matter where that places them. That puts you in the mental momentum you want to be in going into a playoff push and a playoff run.
The Tuatara have been brilliant at home as they play 7-inning games. because of their TV deal, 2-2.
Well, I think it plays to Bandits' advantage as well. I mean, Bandits, when you look at the depth of their arms tonight, Bollinger, even if you pull him out early in 5, he's still 5. You got 2, you go to your setup and then your closer. So plays to their game plan and doesn't really stretch or tax their arms. And all their arms are healthy, and you've got a very healthy Teasley as well that can go long if he needs to.
Kraus checked his swing, and the count runs full.
But the key for the Bandits will be just making sure they continue to capitalize on opportunities. That's something they haven't done early in the season this year, and they've done in the past. And when you look at the last 2 series, they've done a fantastic job of capitalizing on their opportunities.
Payoff pitch. Kraus got a piece, and he wanted more than a piece as he got a pitch up and is frustrated at the result. And now the rain is starting to come down, and it's coming down pretty hard considering it was dry just about 15 seconds ago. Fans will run for cover, and we'll see how long it takes before they cover the field. Foul back. Bandits players and coaches are retreating from the outer part of the dugout to some shelter. Blue Sox will do the same. This is an official game. We have completed 5 innings.
Yeah, that's the positive on that side. So the unfortunate side, the rain is coming through. So and it's starting to get a little bit heavier. I was watching it out. It was out past Toowoomba and Gatton, and now it's starting to roll in.
Driven in the air deep to center. Taylor going back. He won't catch this ball, and it's gone. Back-to-back home runs from Monaroa and Kraus, and it's now 8-3 with the rain coming down steady in Brisbane.
It's a good job of hitting by Kraus. Rain is coming down heavy. It's always hard. We talked about this earlier in the piece. You've got to focus. You've got rain falling. Usually gets on the brim of your bill and it's dropping, and you're trying to focus on a baseball coming in mid to high 80s. So good job of staying through the baseball. And that's now 8-3, and Blue Sox continue to chip away.
All eyes are on home plate umpire Tom West. Once lineup cards are exchanged, it's on the umpiring crew to determine the status of a game and whether or not to call the tarp onto the field. First pitch misses to Randy Santiesteban.
Yeah, she's coming down hard now, so Tommy West will have to make a call. And the main areas are your clay areas, and obviously there's already some moisture. There you go. He's gone ahead and pull the trigger. Wow, she's coming down now, so that'll put a lot of pressure on the tarp crew. They're going to have to scramble, try to make some things happen.
And I do not envy them. I've done this plenty of times. I know you have too. This is tough because you have to do it under a deadline.
Yeah, look, and the crew is trying to come out. The thing is, Reedy actually did some timings today. So to pull a tarp is about 21 minutes. To pull it off is about 37 minutes to 40 minutes. So right now, there's slow action. They're trying to get the buggy out.
It'd be one thing if this were the first rain of the day, but the field is already saturated because we saw so much rain this morning and into the early afternoon. They're going to try to pull the tarp on. The damage may already be done. We, of course, hope to resume this game, but we are going into a delay, and on the other side of the delay, there will be some necessary field prep required.
Yeah, the first areas they'll get down is mound, obviously, and home plate. Those are the clay-based areas, and then they'll make provisions. But the infield's already taking a lot of moisture.
It's 7:43, and we also have the local curfew to worry about because we play here in Newmarket. And that is a residential neighborhood. Lights and sound are understandably a concern to the residents, and out of respect for them, we cannot start a new inning after a certain point. Guns, you know the rules better than I do.
Yeah, I do, and it's a council rule. So obviously we fall under compliancy standards and to minimize residential impact. And it's been like that for a number of years, and the league is aware of it. But you know, the plus side for the Bandits organization is location, and you see some of the other challenges, some of the other franchises where they're remotely located as opposed to centrally located, and so it's a small price to pay for location.
No new inning after 8:50. Is that the magic number?
That's correct. Well, we talked about start of not at 9:15. So after 9:15 to start, can't start another inning.
So we do have a little bit of wiggle room, but as you can see, the rain is coming down and the tarp still isn't on the field. Everyone's trying to move as quickly as they can, but it's a process. All these game day employees were doing their other more clearly defined roles around the ballpark, and they have to scramble the jets and get down to the tarp. They're pulling it out right now, and we'll stay with you until it's on. Then we'll go to a break and just bide our time until we hopefully resume this game. This is, unfortunately, in the forecast for the next couple days. We were able to get this game official, and until we're told otherwise, we're going to act under the assumption that this game will be resumed. But the Tarp will be getting a workout here as the Bandits try and wrap up their regular season with a few wins over the Blue Sox. It's an 8-3 score in the top of the 6th inning. We hope to be back in a bit on Bandits.tv.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
You're amazing!
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
The Brett Sports seated ball organiser fits 5 dozen baseballs. Polyester construction means it is durable and its functional pockets allow for flexibility in storage. An adjustable strap and soft cushion seat means that this organiser is essential for use at training.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
Well, I'll be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
It's always been you.
It's always been us.
The Brett Sports seated ball organiser fits 5 dozen baseballs. Polyester construction means it is durable and its functional pockets allow for flexibility in storage. An adjustable strap and soft cushion seat means that this organiser is essential for use at training.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer!
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
Careful, out there, champ.
How good is this?
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans.
It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature.
Oh, wow.
You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. You get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
It's always been you. It's always been us.
The Brett Sports seated ball organizer fits 5 dozen baseballs. Polyester construction means it is durable and its functional pockets allow for flexibility in storage. An adjustable strap and soft cushioned seat means that this organizer is essential for use at training.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Yeah! Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just bump into a few of our champions lending a hand on board. And we'll be doing our best to live up to China Airlines 5-star services. So wherever you're heading overseas on China Airlines, keep an eye out for the Brisbane Bandits. You just never know who you might see.
In the last 4 years, we have put up some numbers. Led the league in hits, RBIs, stolen bases, slugging, home runs, batting average, ERA, single season saves record. We've had 2 home run champions, 2 league MVPs, 4 ABL championships. But none of this would have been possible without Brett Sports, the official equipment partner of the Brisbane Bandits.
Can't you see my heart is lost without you? And your kisses make me love you more. And your kisses make me love you more. Can't you hear the sound of love and desire?
At the Sporting Globe, we're a little different to other pubs and bars. We have more than just cooks, we have chefs. We have more than bar service, we have table service. We have more than live sporting events, we have atmosphere.
And we have more than customers, we have fans. It's more than a sports bar, it's a Sporting Globe.
No one knows what the future of transportation will look like. Robots. But no matter what, Enterprise can help. You can rent a car for a road trip. Look, kids, nature. Oh, wow. You can rent a truck for a move. You can buy a car, commute in a van pool, or get picked up because your car is in a pool. My bad. Count on Enterprise, no matter where transportation goes next.
Let's go.
I love the future. How can Enterprise pick you up today?
Hey, Thomas.
Yeah?
Is it fun playing at festivals?
It's pretty good, mate. Get to see amazing places, meet new people. Everyone's just pumped to be there. And you get to do the sign-off.
Queensland, where life's beautiful one day and perfect the next.
Brett Sports seated ball organizer fits 5 dozen baseballs. Polyester construction means it is durable and its functional pockets allow for flexibility in storage. An adjustable strap and soft cushioned seat means that this organizer is essential for use at training.
Great job, Chef.
Thanks.
Who wants a drink?
Let's go, Archer. Beers away.
Thank you, Archer.
Looks like these guys are working up a tropical thirst, Archer.
Thank you, Archer!
Beers to the beach.
Thank you, Archer!
They look thirsty down there in the outback, Archer.
We'll all be.
Thank you, Archer!
Yeah!
Good boy, Archer.
Taking off overseas this year? You wouldn't believe who you may run into at the airport. The Brisbane Bandits have partnered with award-winning China Airlines to be our gateway to the world. China Airlines operate the brand new Airbus A350 out of Brisbane, so you can be assured of a safe, comfortable and relaxed flight to wherever you may be headed. With daily flights from Brisbane to Auckland and return, you may just...
Welcome back to One Hub Stadium in Brisbane, and disappointingly but not surprisingly, tonight's game has been called in the 6th inning. That's good news for the Bandits. They win this game by a score of 8-3 over the Sydney Blue Sox. Tonight's game was interrupted by rain in the top of the 6th inning with a couple of outs and a couple of runs already in for the Blue Sox, but the rain has just been too much, and the tarp is going back on the field as we try and preserve the field conditions for the games remaining here in round 9. We will be back on the air tomorrow for a first pitch of 6 o'clock, weather permitting. Game 2 of this series. Bandits will try and continue their winning ways here against the Blue Sox. Again, 6 o'clock tomorrow will be our next time on the air here on Bandits.tv. For my broadcast partner, Paul Gonzalez, and the rest of the folks with the Hailstorm TV production crew, this is Eric Bramer signing off. Your final in 6 innings, the Bandits 8 and the Blue Sox 3. Thanks for watching.